Hi, my name is Safa Mogharebi. I'm an SIE from Germany, and today we want to talk about some RPC Connect features. This video will only touch on a portion of the new features available in the new RPC Connect product. To fully leverage the power of this new platform, we highly recommend that you engage with MTS training. To do this, just simply go to the MTS website, click on Services, click on Training, click on Training Courses. Scroll down, here you see all the training stuff we have, like classroom and on-site training. And down below, you will find for the beginners, for the RPC Connect beginners, the basic software operation course. Then for our Switch users, the people coming from the old RPC Pro product. And here on the right, you see the RPC Connect Advanced Software Operation course. Okay, today we are going to explore another feature in RPC Connect. So we are going to have a look at the Analyze stage, and we are talking about the batch analysis feature in RPC Connect. So let's have a look here. RPC Connect offers a batch processor functionality, and with that we mean the batch processor tool implemented into the software. The idea behind the batch processor tool is shown here in this little schematic. So we see a different time history file, so multiple files, which we put into a tool or a process, and then finally we get a final output. So we are doing the same operation on several or multiple files and getting output out of these batch processor files. So now let's have a look how this batch processor files or this batch processor tool looks inside RPC Connect. Basically, you can divide the batch processor into three different sections. In the first section, you define if you whether want to use the time history, a matrix, histograms, or other files, all which are shown here with this radio button. You can select which data types you want to process or use in the batch processor tool. In the second part down below here, you can use multiple tools to do a batch operation. Basically spoken, it's just a process you're running. Or you can select a single tool, which you can configure directly here in that tool with clicking on this little pen here, which you see here. Configure the tool and then finally run the tool successfully here. In number 3 here down below, you just choose the data to process, so which files are going to be running through these tools or multiple tools based on your selection here. And as usual, with the help of the QTR buttons, you can resort, add, or remove any files you're interested in. Okay, now let's have a look into the software and see how the batch processor functionality works. So for this example, I prepared some files which show different sample rates. So you can see here we have batch file 1 going up to 9 or 11, 12 even though. And then you will see that these files, if you have a look at the sample rate, will have carry different sample rates. So these different sample rates can be very time consuming to open the resample tool each time. So you're going to open the resample tool, then select the first file, and say, okay, for example, here I'm going to select the batch file 1, and then I'm going to define my sample rate. Let's say our desired sample rate is 409.6. Then I'm going to click on Run and Close and do that for 12 different files. That can be very time consuming. So the idea behind it is we just open the batch processor. Once the batch processor is open, we know it's time history, so we go for that selection. And we are going to use a single tool, which is in our case the resample tool. All tools will be shown up here. Make sure you use the filter functionality to search for your tool. Click on resample, and then on this little pen here, you can configure the tool. So basically the resample tool will open. Once this is done, you're going to select the variable batch processor current file here on top, and then we are going to say, okay, let's add a suffix for every file which is created with _resample that we can find it later on. And our desired sample rate is 409.6. So let's close the tool. And now we need to define what data to process. So in this case, let's say we want to have all the files we have here ready, like batch processor files. I just called them batch file, add and close. So now the list will pop up. I don't need the first one, which is called last time history name. So we don't need that one. That is a default selection in the batch processor tool. I'm going to remove that one. And now I'm going to resort the 10, 11, 12 to have it at the bottom of the tool here. So now I have them in the order I wanted to have. I wanted to use them and process them. Now you can see here we have a lot of different sample rates. I'm going to click Run and Close, and now the tool is using the data to process right away and sending this one to the batch process to the Data Explorer. So I get a handful of new files using this filter functionality here. We're just going to show the resampled files. So these are the files which were just generated. And as you can see here, all my sample rate now is set to 409.6 within a second, not using the resample tool each time for each separate time history file. Okay, that is basically what I wanted to show you today. Thank you for your attention and see you next time.